What is up, YouTube? This is Hollywood FLOSS, and this is the worst podcast, episode 2. Title is 10,000 hours plus some. All right, welcome back. If this is your first time, thank you and welcome. If you've already been here, welcome back. All right, it's your boy Hollywood FLOSS, the worst producer of all time. If you don't know, I do reviews of music, VSTs, and plugins, and I make beats. I'm a producer, but sometimes you get a little bored and you just need to step out a little bit. So this is the music podcast, the worst podcast of all time, Hollywood FLOSS. All right, this week talking about a couple of different things that have sparked and since the last podcast, which was last week. The first thing I want you to look at is the screen Outliers, the story of success. All right. Now, in this book by Malcolm Gladwell, everyone knows it, and I'm pretty sure if you're 21 or over now, you've heard the saying, put in 10,000 hours to become successful, which is something like a little bit over 9 years. You have to be to become a master of your craft, to become just professional. You have to put in 10,000 hours, but I'm going to add plus some, because some don't get it after that 9 years. Some don't get it after that, right at that 10,000 hours. You'll be waiting, see the time ticker. I'm at 9,999. And you get that other hour in and still nothing magical happens. So let's look at what's in the book first of all. Right? Made popular by Gladwell, Outliers, the story of success. The principle states that in order to become world class in any field, plumbing, haircuts, fashion, athletes, anything, movie directors, whatever, you need 10,000 hours of deliberate practice, meaning practicing like you really want to become professional, okay? Article continues after video. This means 417 days worth of hours, or 3 hours a day for 3,333 days, a little over 9 years. So for every day consistently, because it's going to take longer if you're not consistent, 3 hours a day you must practice. So if you're a beat maker, you're a rapper, you need to be writing 3 hours a day, or creating music 3 hours a day. You want to become a master guitarist, you got to put in 3 hours a day of deliberate practice, like riffs, learning how to read music, all of that. Do you believe in that? All right, leave in the comments below right now if you believe that you must put in 10,000 hours. Now, there are for every, it used to be 1 million, but I'm gonna say now for every 5 million people, there's one LeBron James. There's a Soulja Boy. Now, I'm not saying Soulja Boy is the most talented a rapper or anything like that, but what I'm saying is someone who breaks through that you didn't expect. Okay, LeBron James is the exception. So for every 5 million people, and some people might say 10 million or 20 million, you get one LeBron James. But just for the sake of numbers, we used to say 1 in a million. That's how special people were. Now we're saying people are special when they're 1 in 5 million. For the new generation that are watching this, I would relate it to Juice WRLD and XXX. All right, both rest in peace, right? They were once in a generation. For my generation, it was all about Biggie, Jay-Z, and then Eminem came along, who was a special talent. Tupac, of course. You get these special talents that when so many people try, then you get these special talents. Now, there's levels to this. Like you have 5,000. I think they said the other day there was 5,000 people total who've played the game of basketball or something like that over the 60 to 70 years of the NBA or something like that. Each year there's only 30 teams, 30 times 10 is 300, because but let's just say there's only 500 slots open a year in the NBA, right? There's only so many special players or superstars. Right now, you have 4 undeniable superstars: LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Then you have, underneath that, you have a different branch. So when we say 1 in 5 million, it's not a slight. That's just how special someone is. LeBron James is, a Steph Curry is, a Kendrick Lamar is, a Drake is. They're like, for so many people competing for these spots, yeah, they might get a hit or two, but to stay in that superstar level. And I believe in the 10,000 hours. I think you need these type of practice. I think you need 1,000 beats before you're able to sell a beat. When I was starting on BeatStars, I think 2019, I didn't sell a beat for the first 3 to 4 months. Like, I think I started in that June, July, August, September. I think it was 3 or 4 months till I sold my first beat, and it was like an MP3 lease for like $19. I was like so happy. Like, I remember being in Hop Daddy, like a burger restaurant. Like, showed my girl, just sold my first beat. That motivated me to want to keep on putting in more time. And a lot of people, I mentioned BeatStars because this is a producer platform, and a lot of people think that they're just going to come in the game and start selling when they upload their first beat. Now, I know a lot of these people who are trolls, 12 to 16-year-olds, but they really believe in their mind state. I'm going to get a cracked version of FL Studio. I'm going to watch a YouTube video. I'm going to not even pay the $19 for a subscription. I'm just going to get the free version, and I'm just going to be selling. Then they look at these videos on YouTube, how to sell, and then they follow this, and then they don't, because they cheated the system. They didn't put in their 10,000 hours. They didn't make a beat, three beats a day for the summer like Kanye. They didn't do this. So when you look at when a 16-year-old whose brain hasn't developed, when they look at someone who's successful like Dre, they just see the outcome. Oh man, I just see KBZ, I just see Nick Mirror. Why am I not like that? I copied exactly how I do. My beat sounds like that. If not, I switched it so it sounds better. Why am I not getting the same success? And to tell you the truth is because you haven't put in that time. See, in this generation, everything has to be instant. And that's not the case. That's not what it's going to be. It's not going to be an instant case. You need that 10,000. And then in 2022, plus some. You damn near need 15,000 hours nowadays because everybody's doing it. Everybody wants to be famous. Everybody's clout chasing. And there's only so much space. The space, to tell you the truth, the space got wider, but it's more people going. So the ratio, so it's like it used to be a small space, but only a certain amount of people going. You still had people wanting to be the doctors. You still had people wanting to be this and that. Now you got YouTubers wanting to be rappers. Athletes want to be rappers. Everybody wants to be in the music industry. So the light that's shed on it is bigger, but more people are coming through that door. So it's really the same percentage. It's just like when you have I don't know how to say it. It's just everybody's going for it. Everybody wants to be a YouTuber. YouTuber wasn't an option back then. Now you can get paid off for doing YouTube. So everybody's chasing that same space, a little bit wider, but more people are coming through. So now it's harder to get that shine. So people do stupid stuff instead of just putting in that $10,000 hours, 10,000 shots. There was a story on some athletes. They had to make 1,000 shots a day. You know how hard it is to make 1,000 shots a day? Like, let alone you could take 1,000 shots, but to actually make 1,000 shots, yeah, that means you have to shoot probably 2,500 to make 1,000 shots, and you have to really go full speed. So my advice is don't just think you're gonna it might happen. You might be the LeBron James, you might be the Soldier Boy, you might be whoever else is just no trouble, got in the game and did what they had to do. You might be that. But for the rest of us, the ones we're speaking the truth, you have to be putting in that 3 hours a day, putting in that 10,000 hours over that time, that 9 years. You have to. There's no way around it. I've tried it. And the things that give me the most success is when I buckle down and get into a zone, make a beat a day, make 2 beats a day, post a beat a day, put it on SoundCloud, put it on Audio Mac, put it on Spotify. Like, that's what gets it. When I follow that routine, I feel like I'm unstoppable, and I see the results. I might not see the results that day, but I see the results soon. And that's what I want to give you guys game at the beginning of these podcasts before we get into the drama. I want to give you guys some game, like 10,000 hours. Now, plus some. I'm going to get a t-shirt that say 10,000 hours plus some. Because I really mean 15,000 hours in 2022. Okay? And everything's not going to be good. You just got to accept that. But the more shots you put up, the more points you can get. All right, that's the game. I never did understand why people don't put out albums in 2022 or don't put out music. If it was me, well, we'll say this for the next one. Speaking of 10,000 hours, speaking of putting out music, I wanted to sit with this one. I didn't just want to go into it right away because I love Kanye so much. All right. Cardi B, Kanye West, Lil Durk, Hot-ish came out about 10 days ago now. I want to say, give or take. And I was like, man, okay. Cardi B's ready. She's gonna put out her album. I'm a fan. Not necessarily a fan of her music, so to speak, but more a fan of just her story overall. Because I used to watch Love and Hip Hop, and I just seen how she came from nothing to one of the biggest artists in the world, female or male. Like, if it's gonna be female, it's Nicki and her. Like, she came in. And then you got the Megans and of course the other people. But as far as the top of the top, it's Nicki and Cardi. But I like Cardi B. And it's just something about it. Not necessarily the music, you know. It's okay, you know. Actually, it's been better than Nicki's over the past 4 years. I'll give her that. But it's okay, you know. It is what it is, you know. I understand the demographic, but I just like her. I like her family. Beautiful people, beautiful sister. She's beautiful. So I like her. But when this came out, so I was excited. I was like, okay, you know, in my whip, put it on. I'm like, okay. I think it's Tay Keith, maybe. Okay. Beat fire. I see what she's trying to do. She's staying in her lane. Then Lil Durk got on, and I like Lil Durk. One of the best out of Chicago for that Chief Keef generation. Okay. Kanye, I was like, dang, I don't know if I would have authorized this one. And I like these artists. Like, it's rare that you get 3 people you like, and it's just all. But if it was just Cardi B, she had the best verse, the best flow. She sounded good on it. Kanye, Lil Durk just did. It sounded like he was uninterested. Or didn't want to be a part of it, or maybe it was old. Kanye sounded terrible. The mix was off, the flow was off. He was trying different things. It was like it was a therapy session. It didn't sound good. The beat sounded good. Cardi sounded good. Everything else was not good. And I'm wondering, is this being in touch with the music genre, the music rap genre moves so quickly? It is really a young person's game, but old people still are talented because they've had more life experience, have more to talk about, so they make better music. But man, it felt like it was just a washed record, and that's what goes back to me, 10,000 hours plus some. Because at 10,000 hours plus some, it should be that you should be getting better and better, or you should be putting out more and more stuff you put out, the better you should be getting. Like, it's practice. And then I got me curious. I was like, what has Cardi B been doing? Because she's had some massive songs over the pandemic. This is titled. And I got to looking at this. Okay, so 2016, she really wasn't popping. She was on the come up. You know, which one had, let me see, which one had Bodak Yellow. So it might have been the 2016 when they had Bodak on there. Let me go to that one. Because I'm just looking at it like, I don't know. Well, one of them had Bodak Yellow. We all know, you know, that's what, you know, of course, launched her. And even that was really the Kodak Black, you know, phenomenon. But then I was like, man, how long? Okay, I was like, okay, well, let me look for her second album. Then I realized she hasn't put out a second album. Of course, you got to take, you know, no disrespect, she had kids. Yeah. But this one was a bang. Like, you look at this one, like, this was 13 songs of just fire. Just heat all the way around. I like it. Like, be careful. Oh, Bodak Yellow got put on this, even though it was on the mix. Okay, I got you. I see what they tried to do there. Scissor song, like, okay, drip, like, all that was fine. Then I got to looking, okay, so what else has she been doing? Has she been putting in her 10,000 shots? Not to say she has it behind the scenes, but of course, everything we're talking about, it contributes to now, like, what's going on. Then I was looking at it. I was like, okay, let me look at the singles that are hers since 2008. And then, the pandemic, press. They really didn't do it. I think that was, hold on, let me see. 2000 was Money on Privacy. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place, but I'm trying to get this right. So, Bodak Yellow comes out. I like it. All of these are singles. Be careful. That's a single. Let me see one more thing before I make this analysis, y'all. Okay, so Press wasn't on there. Okay, so now I can make my assessment. Okay. So going back to the singles, let's view all singles. Money was supposed to be, I guess, the next thing, and then you had Drip. Man, she's just been on fire with the singles. Maybe that's why she didn't want to drop an album, because she was just like, man, I'm killing it with these things. Like, Money was huge. I didn't like Money at first, and then when it came out, I was like, okay. This one was just a smash hit. So she was buying time between being pregnant and all that. She's buying her time. I get it. Press comes out. Press. It was alright, but it was still, I feel like with Press, okay, if this was supposed to be her second album, it would have been fire. You would have had Money. Please Me would have been the bonus track. Press, WAP, and Up. Oh my God, that would have been through the roof. So I'm just thinking, like, man, it's been 4 years since she put out an album, had baby, 2 kids. So that's delayed it. But at the same time, you ain't put out no album. Now you coming to this, and this is probably the one. It was like, all right, we got this Kanye verse, we got this Lil Durk, 2 of the hottest, Legend, and then 1 of the hottest, Lil Durk. Let's put out this song, and it don't go nowhere. Like, no one's even talking about it. Like, matter of fact, they need to do like a remix right now and just have Cardi B just have the first verse and the second verse. But that goes with 10,000 hours. Are you putting out music? In 2022, you got to put out music. Producers, you got to put out beat tapes every 2 months. That's nothing. That's 10 tracks, 8 to 10 tracks every 2 months. You should be putting out there just to let it get streams on all the DSPs. You should be coming out with merch, branding yourself. You should be collabing. There's no excuse in 2022 where AI basically makes the beat for us. AI basically makes the beats for us, so there's no excuse in that department. Man, I hate to see it. I love the Cardi B, Kanye West, and Lil Durk. Would love to produce for them and be a part of that magic, but I can't hold no 4-year beats unless it's just gonna be smashed. I'm just looking at it like, dang, man. You just, and that's how it's so hard to get on top of the women's category, the female category, because it's just been the same too. And then add Megan in there. Those have been the 3 dominant women. And then Lotto, couple, sneaks in every now and then, but not really. And they're not even, out of the 4, none of them are the best rapper. You still got Rhapsody, 3D Nate, Drizzy, he's not even the best rapper. OMB, Bloodbath, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these ain't even the best rappers. But it is what it is. Yeah. Cardi B, I hope she puts out the album, and I hope it doesn't flop. I know there's that pressure, that Nicki Minaj pressure, that heat. And I think that's what it is. They keep starting and stopping because they're scared of it. But they got to put them 10,000 hours, them 10,000 shots. Don't be afraid. Let it go. Put the best to what you got. Let it go. And Cardi B, she can get any feature she want. All right. And last but not least, speaking of, I forgot Doja Cat. Speaking of Doja Cat, you got this. Let me tell you this. We in the drama section, y'all. Let me tell you what is going on. Okay, if you don't know, Doja Cat is a pop artist / female rapper, one of the biggest in the world, talented, but just does some weird things. She's 26. The guy on the right, if you don't know, is Stranger Things, Will on Stranger Things, but his real name is Noah Snap. I guess, I don't know if she's so sarcastic, you never know when she's kidding or not, but I'm just gonna say this is all true because she addressed it. Allegedly, she slides into his DM, not on no pedophile stuff, not nothing like that, but at the same time, it's like, why are you sliding into a 17-year-old? Like, did they have a speaking relationship before that? I do not know, but why sliding to Noah's DM, knowing he's 17, knowing he young, you 26, asking him to hook you up with another member from Stranger Things, if you've seen this season 4. I just don't get the logic in being 26 asking a 17-year-old to hook me up with somebody when she's Doja Cat. She can just do that herself. Was it that she didn't want to be embarrassed? But you got to shoot your shot. 10,000 hours, 10,000 shots plus some. You got to shoot your own shot. Because now what happens is, being a 17-year-old, just not knowing better, social media age, clout chasing. Everybody's a clout chaser. You got it. People calling the paparazzi on themselves. He ends up leaking. Let me see if they got photos of this. Leaking the footage. Or not the footage, the DM. And it said of him, oh my God, Cardi B slid into my DMs asking about another co-star. Then she gets mad and said, man, that's some snake stuff. Why would you do that? He's 17. Not saying that makes it, but I'm just giving it. It is what it is. Doja Cat seems to have been sitting on this for a while. A few days after season 4 show dropped, she was Joseph Quinn Fine. So this is the person she was liking. Right here. This is the person she likes. So she was trying to get it. The Say So crooner said she didn't have Quinn's Instagram or Twitter. So the actor sent her a link right here. So he sends her this dude's Instagram. So it's just weird from all sides. Then I don't know why he put her on blast. The singer wasn't happy. The Snap put her on blast during the TikTok live appearance on Thursday. She called Snap sharing their message borderline snake-esque, which is true. But it starts with, why would you do that, Doja? And you don't know how to use Google? You don't know how to just go and say, hey, I can find his own Instagram or Snapchat. You can do that on your own. Like, all you do is Joseph Quinn, Google. Everything pops up. So I'm just both of them in the wrong at this point. But I always go with who started it. And it was no necessary reason for her to go put that in the DM. No reason at all. She could have just found that research on her own, slid on her own now. And then if she would have slid in and then Joseph would have posted, then he would have been a snake and no one would have cared. Now let's also, another interesting concept is flipping the whole thing. What if there was a man that was 26 sliding into a girl's 17-year-old DM asking her to hook him up with a co-star? I'll wait. Yeah. So we have to be careful, man. I don't get it. But that's the news cycle for you. It's your boy Hollywood Floss, the worst producer and now the worst podcast on YouTube. hit the like and subscribe button. And if you want to buy beats or you want to buy kits, I have Scalar 2 kits, loop kits that are free and all of that. HollywoodFloss.beatstars.com. Join the family. I promise you it's a good experience. I'm also on Patreon, Hollywood Floss 1. Yeah, man, join and sign up to all of that. It helps me out, and I do collabs only on Patreon if you want them. And it has just been a blessing. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Keep on running up those subscribes. I just want to reach all parts of the world. This is podcast number 2, 10,000 hours plus some. All right. Hit the like and subscribe button. Until next time, next week. Hollywood Floss, the worst podcast on YouTube. Peace.